So what's the game here? Well, I'm in Leipzig, not for chess and 64 squares on a board with little wooden blocks. I'm not in Leipzig for football, not for 22 people running around on a pitch running after a leather ball. The game here, the game in Leipzig, is for somebody very particular, somebody very famous, somebody who is truly a genius. And he was a genius at a different game. He was a genius at the game of music. And his name was J.S. Bach. Bach could do incredible things with simple things. And the rules of the game in music are really simple. Now, we're not talking about 64 squares on a board and queens and bishops that can move in certain directions. Essentially, what we're talking about is 12 notes on a scale. And you can line those 12 notes up like this. Or you can add them together to make a chord and do this. Stitch them together in something called counterpoint and do something like this. So just 12 notes, but Bach played with these notes for 27 years here. So he arrived here in 1723 and he died here in 1750, and he would have walked on these stones between the school behind me here. So he was a teacher in the school, teaching music in one of the most prestigious schools in the world at the time for music, the St. Thomas School. And here, the church, St. Thomas Cathedral, which is where his output was performed every Sunday and more, special occasions, festivals, funerals, etc. So this was his playground. And what Bach achieved in those 27 years is utterly astonishing, not just in its volume and range, but of course also in terms of its quality. the scientist Stephen Jay Gould was once asked, what would you give to an alien to explain what humans are? And first of all, he said genetics and the genetic code, but of course, we're much more than that. And so his final comment was that he would give them Bach's B minor Mass, because that's the best thing that humans have ever done. And then Freeman Dyson, another scientist, added to that comment later. He said, yeah, but if you give them Bach's B minor Mass, that's like just showing off. So Bach is just an extraordinary genius, and he is the benchmark. He is the godfather of Western music. He both crystallizes all the musical traditions which came before him, and he establishes the rules for the game of music which follows after him.